Happy anniversary, Bird Up!
Why didn't I expect this from you?
Bird Up, it's been 10 years since I started making videos on the internet.
As long as you think of something to talk about, then I don't care. Wait, no, don't do it. Please don't talk about...
We're talking about Angry Birds Star Wars. In December of 2009, the original Angry Birds game was released on mobile devices, and almost instantly became popular, as it got over 10 million downloads in its first year. With that, the series got sequels, spin-offs, and movies, and so much more. And in late 2012, Angry Birds Star Wars would be released on iOS, Android, PC, and Mac. But on July 13th of 2013, it was announced that the game would be receiving a console port for the Xbox 360, PS3, Vita, Wii, Wii U, and 3DS. And eventually, it would also be a launch title for both the Xbox One and PS4.
I'm guessing it's better than Imaginators.
You know me so well, Bird Up. This is Angry Birds Star Wars. The game is just like any other Angry Birds game. Fling the birds and kill every pig. The story, and yes, there is a story, follows the Star Wars films in a more cartoony and fun way. Each bird portrays a different character from the Star Wars series, while all of them having different powers, like Red having a lightsaber and Chuck having a gun. Yes, they have names.
Bird Up!
There's also a multiplayer mode where it's pretty much just player 1 shoots bird, then player 2 shoots bird.
That's not in the mobile version.
Well, yeah, of course it'd be different.
Is it though? Maybe you should try all the different versions.
But there's like 10 different versions. Brother,
What do you want?
you're playing the 360 version.
I barely know you.
What can I do to help?
You can play the Vita and PS3 version.
But we don't have these consoles.
Yeah, I know.
Stop being mean to my girlfriend.
I don't care, Bird Up. Melody, here's the PS4 version.
I'm not playing that shit.
Okay, look, just play it, okay? Right, Bird Up son, you're playing the Wii U version.
Alright Andres, hey siblings, are you guys ready to have the decent enough video game experience? I forgot you two can't talk.
Alright, everybody else.
Yeah?
What? You're playing the rest. You don't actually expect me to play this, right?
I was already doing that.
This thing's not even turning on. I mean, I don't know, Andres. Is this really your smartest idea? I know, okay, but this game's just really important to me. Okay, it's the first thing I ever talked about, right? It's the first thing I ever actually gave a shit about, right? So just...
Done.
Huh. Well, did you get that fun at least?
No.
Every version is pretty much the same, with the only significant change being the controls. The mobile, Vita, 3DS, and Wii U all have the original intended controls to play the game. On the Wii version, you have to point the controller to the screen, and this can also be done on the Wii U with a Wii Remote, and on the PS3 with the PlayStation Move. As for the Xbox 360, PS4, Xbox One, and the aforementioned PS3 and Wii U, it can be played with a normal controller. Although the Xbox 360 version can be played with the Kinect, and it works just like the Wii Remote. But the Kinect kept forgetting where Burb's brother's hand is, so he gave up and went back to playing Crash Nitro Kart. As for the PC version, wait, Andrew, where's the rest of the script? I'm sorry, Andreas, but it just won't go into the computer. Upon further research, apparently the PC version is exactly the same like every other version, but instead of using a controller or a touchscreen or anything else, you just use the mouse cursor. And there you go. That was Angry Birds Star Wars. So what do people think about this game? My fucking god. The mobile versions got relatively good reviews, but the rest got mainly negative ratings. The console versions were 50 times the price of its mobile counterpart, and seeing everything else that came out that same year, it just didn't really seem worth it.
You forgot to talk about the sequel.
Excuse me father, we would like to go to the park.
Wait, no. Andres, please help me.
In September of 2013, Angry Birds Star Wars 2 would be released, and other than continuing the story and having new characters, and having something similar to Skylanders with telepods, it's pretty much the same like any other Angry Birds game. And even then, I can't tell you much about it if I can't play it. As early as September of 2019, both Angry Birds Star Wars games, alongside Angry Birds Rio and Angry Birds Space, were removed off the Apple and Google Play Store. For Angry Birds Star Wars, it is specifically because Disney owned the rights to Star Wars, and they are infamous for being very stingy with their properties.
That's probably for the best.
We're just supposed to be at the park with your kids.
Don't worry siblings, father will return soon.
Whatever, okay? Look, I need to show you something really cool.
I wonder what this amazing thing is. This is low, even for you.
The Forgotten Scale. Essentially, it shows how forgotten something is. First, there's Not Really, which shows things that aren't really forgotten about. This is where Skylanders and Smash Bros. Will go. Next, there's a Second Thought. Things that are remembered but aren't brought up when talking about that topic or that genre. This is where Dream, Mega Man, and Bungo Stray Dogs will go. Then there's What. Pretty much, this is where things start to become forgotten or just aren't talked about as much compared to other things. This is where Sunburn and the Dark Element will go. Lastly, there's Forgotten. This is where the topics are either really bad, really strange, or in an unplayable state. This is where the deleted video series, Meme Run, and Dr. Mario World will go. But where does that leave Angry Birds Star Wars? Honestly, that makes sense. Oh, well, it does mean that there's more things forgotten about.
Wow, 30 seconds gone, just like that. You have got to be fucking kidding me.
Every version of the game will worth around $10 to $20 each, with the Wii U, 3DS, and Vita versions being the closest you'll get to the original game. Angry Birds Star Wars is a decent enough experience to waste a few hours on. Of course, it's the basic take a trending game and add a popular franchise to it, but I really like it. It's the first thing I ever made a video about, and although I understand being connected with a game for this long is kinda cringe, this game has a special spot in my collection. But similar to other things I've talked about, no one really remembers it, which is why Angry Birds Star Wars is a forgotten classic.
Hey, you're still a failure to me.
Oh. Like 10 years of failure?